Rob Grimes for the IFBTA, and I'm here in the new section of CES. I'm here with Michael Warren, who is the founder and chief design officer of Musering. Now, this is going to be one of those stories of something that you probably haven't thought of, but could be something in the future for the food and beverage industry. So let's go ahead and have a conversation. We haven't talked about this in advance. No. So let's start out with a chief design officer.
Yes.
Meaning what? I mean, what's a chief design officer?
Chief design officer, I founded the company. I submitted multiple patents that are under examination right now.
Right.
And what I do is I direct my media people, my merchandising people to create the brand around an extremely solid, intuitive, organic product.
Okay, so we've got Muse and Ring in this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so somehow there's probably some jewelry in this and design. So you want to tell us what exactly the technology is?
Okay. Now, I've been a jeweler for 42 years.
Okay.
And I make the crazy jewelry for Jay Leno, for Glenn Beck, different celebrities.
Okay.
So what I did was I focused the high technology on actually a relevant ring style. So we mixed that consumer electronics, micros, getting smaller every day. The batteries were getting smaller every day. And I found we could fit them into a beautiful, stylish ring band that actually did something in somebody's life, that actually made their life better.
All right, so we fit it in one of these.
We did.
So you want to describe what this is?
Yeah. This is a Muse ring. What you have here is what we call an iconic circle. What that allows you to do is locate where the capacitive discharge plates are. So you have it on your finger and you spin it. It's fashionable. You spin it around. You swipe it, tap it, whatever you program into your computer that you want to have happen. Like you could touch and hold for 3 seconds. That's going to dial 911. If that's how you set it up. Or you might have an interface with your phone that when you're in a meeting, the call comes in, you recognize it. Instead of getting your phone out and being rude, you tap this or swipe it, and you're telling the person, 15 minutes, I'll get back to you.
Okay, but to do that, you have to have a connection to some sort of smart device.
You do.
I mean, it's not doing it on its own if the device isn't around, right?
You're right. We can work direct with earbuds right now, or direct with individual like doorknobs and locks and stuff like that. But most of what we're doing is on the cloud. So yes.
So we're using a near field communication?
We're using BLE.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So just to be clear on that, when you said you could actually connect with a door lock or something, because that device is transmitting, you're within it, you could actually open up a door.
Yeah, you can transmit to it, lock it up, wake it up and get it to open.
Okay, so we didn't discuss that before, so we're going to come back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to just show us basically what happens when you swipe?
Okay, Francesca's going to run you through.
So here's my phone, just so you can see the screen. I'm not touching it. I'm going to tap to start playing my music. I'm going to turn my music up by swiping and holding. I'm going to turn the music back down by swiping in the opposite direction.
And you're the one who programmed in what it would do when you swipe, right? So it was a personal swipe.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So you might decide to tap twice to pause your music.
Right.
It's all up to you. Hold on 1 second. All right. And then it keeps restarting it.
All right, but you're able to control it. Now, if you had gotten a text message or something or a phone call, you don't have to have that out. It would have alerted you on the ring.
Exactly. So it also has an LED in it, and you can program that LED for certain people to flash, maybe red if your wife's calling you, and you can answer the call. But if you happen to miss it because you're not always staring at your finger, then you can have a certain program to recall the information and let you know what you missed.
Okay. Great. So I think we get this. So let's talk about some other applications of where this might go. So first of all, you've actually already brought up one of them that comes to mind, which is the fact that you could open up a door lock.
That's right.
So we're going to view in the next few aisles things about universities. Universities have security and access.
Absolutely.
So in reality, once we're able to control this, we could go ahead and a security guard or students, because you're talking about a piece of jewelry, right?
Yes.
That looks pretty good. So a student could wear this, they could have access and control in their dorm. It could also be used for payment methods in a restaurant or something if somebody had it on there, because you're just doing the device and you would be able then to identify yourself and pay.
Yes.
Because you could be connected to a smartphone or not.
That's
so I hadn't thought about that, but that's really it. So if we start thinking about the idea of controlling a device from a piece of jewelry. So let's go ahead and take this to the food and beverage industry and think about what it is. You've also brought up the concept of using earbuds,
Yes.
which is very interesting as well, because as we know and we see here at CES, we have earbuds that actually can do a lot more than just play music.
That's right.
Right. So besides the whole fitness piece, reading out, emails and text messages and all the voice control with wireless earbuds, let's think about the restaurant and hotel industry and think about somebody who's taking orders in a drive-through, or somebody who's working in a line and they're preparing coffees and they're the barista, getting the instructions without the wires and the big headsets.
Yes, exactly.
But the difference is that today, if they want to do that, they actually have to touch something. They have to take the order. In this case, they don't have to do that because they can do it through the device.
That's right.
And what you have is a device that actually looks good. So,
Thank you.
No, I'm just saying this is where I think this could possibly go in the industries we work in, which are hospitality, food service, and retail, as a real practical application.
Yeah.
In doing and controlling devices.
It can also replace.
Now we're going to have to get really close.
It can also replace hotel room keys. Each guest could get a ring and open their door.
Right. So now that you said that, so this morning, I went to the press conference for Carnival Cruises, who is announcing their new medallion system, which is a medallion that can either be worn on a watch or it can be worn on a chain, that will do everything from identifying you when you're standing in front of the digital signage to on your phone, to entering the ship, not entering the ship, and also unlocking the door.
Yes.
It's not the first time we've seen it. Disney did this about 3-4 years ago with the wristbands, right?
They did.
So here was my thought this morning, and I don't want the people at Carnival to be listening to what I'm saying here, but here was the thought this morning. Actually, this would be the evolution of what Carnival announced this morning, is that while some people are going to think it's cool, and maybe kids are going to think it's cool, to go ahead and put a wristband or a device on that when you're done with the trip or done with the visit, you really want it, right? In this particular case, you have something that you can program yourself. You can use it with your own device.
That's
not for just music, right? So in reality, it's a new input device that is personalized, right?
Yes.
I think the next evolution of what Carnival, what Disney, and people like that are going to think about doing is maybe giving people a piece of jewelry as an option that they will wear and they will use outside of when they're having the experience. It's something that won't go away, and that they will use it and be able to use that throughout. It's probably the next generation.
Well, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Take a look at the wearables around here, and in reality, you get rid of them, you don't like them. In this case, you've got a readout and you've got a personal device that you have programmed yourself to do all kinds of things. I think the identification thing, the thing for students, would be huge. And also, if you think about meal plans in universities and businesses, this is something that they could probably get into.
Yes, I think it's brilliant.
As a jeweler, that might work.
And the fact of the matter is, our interest here is just to make an extremely organic, viable, relevant product for the consumer. We'd be open-minded to work with anybody outside. We're open source.
Well, and that's why we come here to CES, because we like looking at technologies that may have been developed for one thing, but in reality could be used for a number of different things, and identify those new trends. And by the way, the cool thing about this versus some of the other technologies that we're seeing here is the fact that actually somebody could use this tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. They could go ahead and use this for some of the things that I just said that they could use it for. And that we're talking about. It's not something that really requires custom development to be able to do.
No, it grows with you.
Right, and if you have a smartphone, you got it, right?
Yeah, and it fits. It's not a gadget, it fits.
So, Michael, it's very cool. Probably not what you expected us to talk about.
Well, it's okay.
But
we love thinking outside the box.
Musering, and here at CES, and I'm Rob Grimes for the IFBTA, and thank you for joining us.
Need my ring back?